Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Our Work Future. I'm Sam.
And I'm Charles. Today, we're thrilled to present our next segment featuring Jason Collar, a forward-thinking CTE and history teacher from the Anaheim Union High School District. In a world where the rapid evolution of AI often sparks apprehension, Jason's district is taking a proactive and embracing approach. They are integrating AI into their curriculum while demonstrating how technology can be a powerful tool for learning and growth.
At People Work, we resonate with this mindset as we believe in harnessing the potential of AI to enhance skills and prepare for the future. Let's hear from Jason about how his school district is pioneering the use of AI in education and turning what could be a challenge into a remarkable opportunity for students.
Hello, I'm Jason Collar. I'm from the Anaheim Union High School District. I'm a history teacher as well as a CTE teacher, and we're here to talk about
AI and what that means, what's going on in the industry, like whatever we can come up with, basically.
and how our school district is incorporating and embracing AI and how we are reaching out to industry partners. That's what we're doing here, talking about, how do we get in front of this and ride this tidal wave that is here to stay and to grow instead of shun it.
My gosh, so you're a history person.
Yes.
Interested in AI, so I love the irony of that. You've got history and future playing against each other. So tell me about what you actually try to accomplish in the content and curriculum that you're providing for your students, and then we'll figure out what's going on in the industry and actually define AI. That's always a good thing.
Well, I can say in the history class, let me back up with our little context for our district. So we model
in California.
In California, so Anaheim Union High School District,
yeah.
Anaheim, California. We model and embrace and incorporate the 5 C's into instruction. 5 C's, there's usually 4 C's, but we created a fifth.
You got a bonus in California?
We do, in Anaheim. So we got collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communication, and our 5th one is compassion. And so one big thing for us is we wanted to figure out how can we, track or assess, this data that we value so much. And so through a Chan Zuckerberg grant and partnership with UCI, we are using AI, an AI model that uses descriptors of these 5 C's that were created by students, community partners, as well as educators, and just to track where students may be using, again, students will respond to a prompt verbally, that AI will capture that data and then, be able to assess whether you're emerging, bridging, or excelling in these soft skills that are critical to industry.
Interesting. So I think that is a great way for us to be able to, let's frame up AI. So artificial intelligence. Now this is not me saying to the world. This is me explaining my definition, and you tell me if you're way off. So AI is a series of machine learning events that use a bunch of data that I, as a human being, input into a system. And AI is basically taking an aggregate of data points just faster than the human brain can compute, right? Wrong?
Yes.
Oversimplified?
I agree with that.
Okay. So the reason why I want to always frame what AI is because most people, especially if you're from my generation, you either watched Terminator or RoboCop.
Yeah.
So I think that's what people,
Absolutely, yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, Terminator's coming to get us now. The
Yeah.
AI is here. And that's not really what it is. So good, we debunked that. We got a good definition to start
Yes.
from. And then the second part to it is when this whole AI thing came into our lives. So you mentioned that you are using AI as an algorithm source to help determine the progression of the children in your classes to these 5 C's.
Development of these soft skills that are critical for the workforce or college career readiness.
Okay,
Yep.
and so what has happened is that someone created these rules around these competencies, and what we're doing as human beings is validating or disproving based on a bunch of different data inputs whether or not those definitions are true, and then whether or not all of those metrics are actually accomplishing those proficiencies.
Yes.
Is that true?
And ultimately, AI is, in my understanding and our understanding, because again, our district, we have an AI framework, which was created earlier this year. We have a board-approved policy, which was adopted recently. So we are one of the school districts that embrace it. We realize that this could be a tool used for good, and we are, we want to partner and talk with industry partners about how we can capitalize on the benefits of AI. I see it as a tool for efficiencies, right? In the classroom, it's kind of like, say, Wikipedia will say, right? It's a starting point. It's not the answer for your student work, but it is definitely a starting point where you could make your work, you could create your work, throw it through an AI chatbot per se, and see what comes out. And if you like it, then you can model on that, but you can't submit AI work. Does that make sense?
It does. So it does make sense. So let's, and then I'll tell you about what we're doing as for people work when we use AI, exactly what that means, and as also what our companies that come to us to build their future jobs, what they're looking for when we're in the context of AI. So the first part is so when somebody uses something like ChatGPT, it is a conversational logic system. It's saying that of all the things that were publicly accessible, so if you're on the dark web or whatever, like that's totally separate conversation.
Yeah.
But if anything that's publicly accessible, I'm just gonna scrape up like a big Pac-Man. And you ask me a question and I'm gonna spit out a bit of information. So I agree that if you're framing it as a tool, like if you allow me to do the simple work faster and then allow me to create some of my own context and advanced thinking to it, then yes. I mean, if we teach our kids to use the tool in that way, like we're gonna level up humanity.
Yes.
So quick. And that's why I'm always like, why are you scared of advanced technology when we're encouraging you to open up your brain space to do things that are typically more fun for people?
Yeah, using AI for good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like everything, there's a pro and a con in anything you could come up with, but AI right now is a tool that can absolutely be used for good, again, to create efficiencies, and that's what, we're trying to embrace and encourage our students to explore.
That's great. So the question that you came to hopefully conquer here was, how is people work using it, and how is industry looking at using AI? So almost every business, every industry, and there's a great book that actually references this, the global deep impact. No one will be untouched with the evolution of artificial intelligence. So it's really about making sure that industry describes exactly what they want out of an artificial intelligence system, program, customer services. So with people work, most people don't know that ChatGPT, BART, started in 1999. It only became popular usage when somebody made it simple for a fourth grader to put in a code or a query and basically do its homework. And that's what accelerated the use and how people have kind of generalized AI. So what PeopleWork has done is taken that advanced really use of machine learning, algorithms, and processing, computer processing, to take a picture of your face and give you an assessment that helps you predict your future in 30 seconds. So my generation, we had to do like 1 hour assessment and sit with your career counselor.
Here's the Campbell test.
Yes, and then somebody would say, I think you're going to be X. And then they have no connection to the job market, and then you're like, what am I doing here? I hate this. And then you fail out of college and you spend like 2 decades going through the process. So what we're using is just AI to shrink that down into 30 seconds and give our next generation like a real fighting chance for being ready for the future of work, because we used to be able to afford that 2-decade period of time. Now, we got like a year to get it right.
So I guess my question too, thank you, that did answer my big question of what you guys do. How could educators in the classroom use PeopleWork if they wanted to, let's say in my CTE class, right? I'm teaching a unit on AI, or we're doing coding, and we want to bring in and career exploration. How does that look in the classroom? How would I utilize your guys' platform?
Oh gosh, well, for jobs that require the skills to produce AI, that's deep machine learning, advanced quantum computing. There's some skill sets that need to be included in your curriculum to be able to get these students ready for a variety of jobs across almost every industry. The level of those skills is how people work can help you by saying, company XYZ has built this job profile and it requires these 4 skills related to an AI job, and you're teaching your students those because they're like, this is my carrot for that realistic job. You're the one who's like, these are the realistic skills, and now everybody's just happily working together to skill, train, get ready for work. And that's how you would use people. But you could also use people work as a little guinea pig. You can have your students try to figure out how to advance what we're doing at people work, because it's like, well, how would I use this for myself, and now how can I make it better for the next generation? There's so many things we could do.
Right, and then do you guys offer, that's outstanding. Do you guys offer not necessarily internship opportunities, but you come maybe do a Q&A or a webinar in the classroom so that students can actually see industry experts in real time instead of just the teacher that they're used to daily? It's like, no, this is somebody, a CEO of a company, and here's how these soft skills, which are critical to industry, in the workforce, here's how they're being measured, and here's how it works.
We do, and we do it with career exploration events, and actually using the exploration of cool AI glasses and goggles to get a day in the life of experience. Yeah, we can do a lot of fun things.
That sounds outstanding, and that sounds something that we would love to try out, so.
Well, thank you so much for the conversation.
Pleasure. Yeah, thanks so much.
I hope it was an interesting conversation for all of our viewers.
Absolutely.
I had fun with it.
Thank you, Jason, for that enlightening discussion. It's inspiring to see how the Anaheim Union High School District is not just adapting to AI, but actively embracing it in their educational framework. Jason's insights underscore the importance of staying ahead in a tech-driven world, a philosophy we at People Work champion as well. By preparing students to work alongside AI, they are not only shaping tech-savvy learners, but are also cultivating future innovators and leaders.
This approach aligns perfectly with our vision at People Work, where we advocate for embracing technological advancements for career growth. Stay tuned for more groundbreaking stories and updates from the intersection of education and technology.